Welcome back. You're watching NewsX. I'm Rishabh Gulati. What a day it has been. But it's been a day for several players. And within the context of what's happened in Maharashtra and what has happened in Jharkhand, I don't want you to forget this man, Yogi Adityanath. It was a big day for him. Big day because 9 assembly bypolls took place in Uttar Pradesh. Okay, Yogi Adityanath had to perform well. It had reached a stage that in UP, because of the missing 30 seats for the BJP in that state, but that was the difference between a 244 and a 272 was UP. Yogi Adityanath had to perform well in these bypolls. How has he performed? Has he done reasonably well enough in the translation matrix? The real understanding of this is that this side battle was going on, and this side battle is crucial because UP is going to be fundamental to any Lok Sabha return in 2029. And UP is where Akhilesh Yadav thinks he's making a comeback. UP is where the Congress thinks that Rahul Gandhi can make a comeback, and that really matters. So the big question is, will the BJP now go for early polls after what they've seen in Haryana, what they've seen in Maharashtra, and what they've seen in the bypolls that were contested today? Now, what happened in the bypolls that were contested today? This is the arithmetic breakdown. The BJP of the 9 seats had 3, the RLD had 1, the Samajwadi Party had 4, and there were 1 others. This is the end result that Yogi Adityanath takes away from election day 2023. He has improved the tally of the BJP, already a very strong tally in the assembly, by 3. A +3 has happened for the BJP. And have a look at this, the Samajwadi Party, which had a thunderous performance in the Lok Sabha poll just a few months ago, has actually gone down 2 seats. The others have gone down, and the RLD, which is of course an ally of the BJP in the NDA now, with Jayant in the union government now, has retained its seat. So of the 9, 7 have gone to the BJP-led NDA, 2 have gone -2 to the Samajwadi Party, and of course, this means -1 for the others as well. So keep an eye out on Yogi Adityanath and the UP side battle which has gone on in this state, and this is how the translation matrix works out. The BJP here in the seat of Katehari has won by a margin of 10,000 votes. This is the comparison of what happened 2 years ago to what is happening in 2024 now. If you look at Karhal, here the Samajwadi Party, Tej Pratap Singh got just over 1 lakh votes. Akhilesh Yadav over here, in this case, they were holding the seat in the like-in form of Akhilesh Yadav. No surprises that Tej Pratap, the nephew, has also gotten a few votes this time around and held that seat for the Samajwadi Party. But then have a look at Mirapur. In Mirapur, the battle was for Chandan Chauhal, who was holding the seat, a bastion seat, won by Mithilesh Pal with 84,000 votes. Slightly reduced majority, but in this case for them and the RLD, chalega. Good enough. It got the job done in Mirapur. Ghaziabad, BJP stronghold, should have won it, and in the end did won it. Atul Garg was holding the seat for the BJP. He had 1.5 lakh votes. The margin for Sanjeev Sharma might indeed have come down, but the BJP has held the bastion seat in Ghaziabad as well, which of course is on the outskirts of Delhi. And let's come to Sisamau. In Sisamau, the Samajwadi Party was holding this seat, okay, and it has held the seat, but once again with a slightly reduced margin. But the overall numbers is what translates into this. We are just trying to extrapolate what has happened in the seat contest in this regard. Look at Khair. In this case, the BJP was holding the seat under Anup Valmiki. Surinder Diler has also won that seat once again. So the microcosm battles that have taken place, don't ignore them because they have serious consequences. In Phulpur, very, very interesting battle. Praveen Patel was holding the seat. Deepak Patel of the BJP has once again taken that seat in Phulpur. Crucial seat because it comes in a Yogi Adityanath bastion. In Kundarki, this is where the flip has happened. Ziaur Rahman was holding this with a 1,25,000 votes. The BJP has taken it with 1,70,000 votes this time around in the like-in form of Ramveer Singh. Fascinating contest. Now, it's not just Yogi Adityanath who's had some takeaways today. This man on your screen, Arvind Kejriwal, has also had some takeaways because there were 4 bypoll elections taking place in Punjab. The Aam Aadmi Party has won 3 out of the 4 bypoll seats in Punjab. Big deal for them as they take away for Arvind Kejriwal. This is how it pans out. They were holding only one of those seats when the assembly elections happened, when they formed the government in 2022. They've taken 3, which is a +2 at the cost of the others, and the Congress, remember, which is down to, the others were 0-0, so just correct that figure over there. This is the Congress. So the Aam Aadmi Party has taken 2 more seats from the Congress in Punjab. Delhi elections are coming up in just 2 months' time. So some takeaways for Arvind Kejriwal as well. Have a look at how this pans out. The Aam Aadmi Party, in the like of Gurdeep Singh Randhawa, has won this particular seat. Jatinder Kaur Randhawa has lost that seat for the Congress in Dera Baba Nanak. Very interesting battle that has taken place in this bypoll in Punjab. The margin was only 6,000 votes. Some of these are going to be low margin wins, but a win is a win. In Chabewal, Ishank Kumar has won the seat. Aam Aadmi Party defeating, thumping win against Ranjit Kumar of the Congress, who has lost this seat. And if you look at the other 2 that have also taken place in Punjab, what you'll see is a pattern which the Aam Aadmi Party is going to be very thrilled with in their mathematics that they're doing, because Hardeep Singh Dhillon, also known as Dimpy Dhillon, has won the seat against Amrita from the Congress party. So microcosm battles that are taking place. Yogi Adityanath, Arvind Kejriwal, and have a look at this. This is the difference that has taken place in the state of Punjab. This is the seat in Barnala, this is the one seat that the Congress has taken from the Aam Aadmi Party, where Harinder Singh Dhaliwal has lost to Kuldeep Singh Dhillon. In this case, small margin, just about 2,000 votes. Now, that is Yogi Adityanath. We've discussed Arvind Kejriwal. What about Mamata Banerjee? Mamata Banerjee has won a thumping victory, as in others losing their deposit kind of victories in Bengal. Okay, there were 6 seats going to the polls, bypolls in Bengal, and pretty much all of them have been swept by the TMC. Now, yes, the incumbent always has an advantage. The person in the government always has the advantage in the bypoll. But look at the translation matrix of how it is working out. The BJP was holding one of those seats in the last assembly election in 2021. They've lost it, which means 6 out of 6 have gone for the TMC, the +1. And all of these victories have been thumping margins. Ignore the logo here, this is the TMC. All of this has been thumping margins for Mamata Banerjee. So when she is doing some mathematics for her own about her grip on Bengal, now you can argue where that grip is coming from, whether it is this power, that power. Incumbents have an advantage, but don't take it away. A vote is a vote and a win is a win. Sangeeta Roy has taken it. Look at the she's won by 1,20,000 votes in an assembly election. That's a huge margin in an assembly election in Bengal. This is in Sitai. Now have a look at the next seat, in which is also has been won by the TMC. Once again, Jayaprakash Topo has won by 20,000 votes against the BJP in Bengal. Now you can make all sorts of arguments that why in Madarihat this has happened, why in a different place this has happened. You can make all sorts of computations, analysis, but the bottom lines, as we go through quickly all the seats, Savri, please, as we go through all these seats, the bottom line is telling you that in Naihati also, Rupak Mitra of the BJP has been defeated by 50,000 votes by Sanat De of the TMC. This is setting a pattern. Subhajit Roy of the BJP, 81,000 votes. Again, Sujay Hazara of the TMC has beaten him by 35,000 votes. These are big chunky margins in an assembly battle. In Taldangra, Ananya Chakrabarti, 64,000 votes of the BJP, lost by 40,000 votes to Falguni Singh Babu of the TMC. Thumping win in Taldangra as well. So this is now telling you that there have been lot of side contests that have taken place, which I want you as the viewer to absorb during the course of this electoral cycle, because they will have immediate bearing on national policy pictures. How does it impact immediately the national policy picture? We get a chance to debate and discuss very, very shortly. Let's pick up that conversation. We still have our guest with us. Just a few minutes from where I am sitting in New Delhi, we're expecting the Prime Minister to be coming out and addressing the BJP Karyakarta at the BJP headquarters very, very shortly on the broadcast with me to have this conversation further, and we'll be roping in Pankaj Vora, the managing editor of the Sunday Guardian, very, very shortly as well. Jasmine Sandavalia of the BJP is with us, Gautam Seth of the Congress with us, Rajalakshmi Joshi is with us, I can still see Nikhil Jain with us, and Dr. Piyush Joshi, I'm told, is with us as well. Dr. Joshi, let me start with you. I want to pick up on Yogi Adityanath for just a second, because it had become honestly awkward. He was the poster boy of the BJP for so many years. Okay. And with after what happened in the Lok Sabha polls, there was a point of time where even the BJP guys, were trying to sort of stay away. They didn't want to even be seated next to him in certain kind of public functions. Does this bypoll set us some sort of pattern?
Well, certainly the pattern is very clear that all is not hunky-dory when it comes to Yogi Adityanath and Narendra Modi's equation, because the central leadership is certainly not liking him, and that is why people were not willing to sit beside him. So, what Yogi Adityanath has already proven that he still holds a tighter grip on the state of Uttar Pradesh, and when it comes to the Vidhan Sabha elections, he can certainly pull through, and that's what he has shown. But Samajwadi Party has also taken 3 seats, and they need to work hard on that. And so does all of the opposition parties when it comes to tackling the Bharatiya Janata Party in one-on-one contest.
Okay. The reason I asked this question, okay, and I'm just I'm putting it out there, Pankaj Vora ji, because Pankaj Vora ji, now there's been a problem that has happened in UP. Subsequently, sort of predictable good performance in Haryana, better than predicted for sure performance in Maharashtra. Okay, Jharkhand was supposed to be a challenge. A decent performance in the UP bypolls. Should the BJP be suddenly feeling a little bit better about the rise of Akhilesh as a challenge in UP?
Certainly, BJP will be more relaxed with the results, and is in a very comfortable position. And Parliament session begins early next week, and the BJP will go there with its chin high and with so much of confidence which comes with any kind of victory. And so far as these wins are concerned, the victory in Maharashtra is spectacular. Many people did not expect it to be this way. It's a landslide. In UP, Yogi has performed exceedingly well, as you were mentioning yourself. He has taken away some seats from Akhilesh Yadav, and Akhilesh Yadav, who was looking very strong after his very impressive showing in parliamentary polls, is suddenly going to be on back foot and needs to introspect as to what went wrong for his nominees so far as these assembly bypolls were concerned. Yogi has also been put to test by the BJP's section of BJP's central leadership, which had guns blazing out for him after the poor performance of the BJP or unexpected performance of the BJP in parliamentary polls. And now, he had said that, tickets were not distributed by me, they were distributed by Delhi. So why blame me? Okay. So now he's in a more comfortable.
Okay, Pankaj Vora, you've been doing this long since before I was born. So I'm going to ask you the difficult question: is there a temptation for the BJP to call for early elections in UP, okay, to prove a point and sort of wipe out what happened in the previous Lok Sabha?
Well, I don't think that will happen. If it does, then it will be supreme confidence on part of the BJP's central leadership. Right now, Yogi is in full command. They are very well placed they have a government which has no threat from any quarter. That government is praised for bringing some sort of a semblance and, improving the law and order situation in the state. I don't think, personally speaking, that they will go in for early elections, but then it is for any party or the leadership to decide as to what the next course will be.
My understanding is that there is a temptation and a conversation regarding this. Because remember, UP elections, by the time they happen, it becomes very close to the 2029 elections, a couple of years away. And do you want to live with the fact that Akhilesh Yadav had that performance which he's going to be hoisting up for a long period of time? It's an open question. Is it easy to do this? No, it's not. Because if you're sitting comfortably, why would you want to, shake the waters a little bit? Let me get Jasmine Sandawali on this conversation. Jasmine ji, I want to take your thought, because of course we've been discussing Maharashtra, we've been discussing Jharkhand. I want you to take your thought to the UP bypoll results. You've taken a few seats away from the Samajwadi Party, which is contrary to what should have happened. By logic of the trends and the momentum that was set in the Lok Sabha election, it was the Samajwadi Party that should have taken a few seats away from you. So what is this telling us about the microcosm post Haryana, post Maharashtra, now in UP?
Well, you see, one has to read this precedent that in the parliament elections, the voter casts his vote on a different mindset. And when there is an assembly election, the voter is more concerned about his immediate needs, which are his electricity, civil hospitals, education, the day-to-day governance and the day-to-day interaction that he has with the government officials. And I think the BJP has done considerably well. Our Chief Minister, the BJP Chief Minister, Mr. Yogi Aditya, is a very, very proactive Chief Minister. And yes, we did lose a number of seats in UP. We are not denying that. We would have been happier had we been more comfortably placed. But he has proven to everybody and to the opposition that he still has full control over the state, and his performance is being appreciated, and the choice of our candidates in the election and our proactive approach has translated into
So nothing succeeds like success. So let's not kid ourselves. The Lok Sabha performance, even though it was a historic third term, first time ever a historic third term for the BJP, they would have wanted it to be more than 272. The difference between 272 and 240 or 244 was pretty much UP, Bengal, Maharashtra. Okay. Now there's been and Haryana. They lost 5 seats in Haryana. Okay. So comeback in Haryana, comeback in Maharashtra. Okay, has happened. I can't say any comeback is in the offing in Bengal. Okay, Jasmine ji wants to make an interjection, then I want to put this thought to Nikhil before we see the Prime Minister. Jasmine ji, go ahead.
You see, in Haryana, there are 10 parliament seats. We retained 5 seats in Haryana in the parliament election. So that meant that there was not such extreme anti-incumbency against the BJP.
Okay, ma'am, the glass is either half empty or half full. It depends on how you look at it.
Give good candidates. And there was huge infighting between the Congress. The Congress became very complacent after the parliament election. Mr. Rahul Gandhi has that in him, that he does marginally well and he becomes very complacent. There was already a infighting between Shailja and Bhupinder Hooda. While we went to war, they were into skirmishes and battles.
Okay, ma'am, once you win, it doesn't make a difference. So I'm not going to remind you about what Anil Vij was saying and the fact that Manohar Lal Khattar was sent to the center. I'm not going to make any reminders of that because nothing succeeds like success. And yes, you can look at the glass as half full. Others would have looked at the Lok Sabha elections in Haryana and said the glass was half empty. Now hold your thought. I want to get Nikhil into the other things. Nikhil, first let's address Punjab because a very interesting microcosm battle has happened. Okay, in a state that has repeatedly told us it's unhappy with everyone. It's unhappy with the Shiromani Akali Dal. It doesn't really like the Congress very much. It is not too thrilled with the Aam Aadmi Party, but definitely does not want the BJP either. The Punjabi voter is hunting for something, but today they've come out and said that yes, in a straight head-to-head Congress-BJP, Congress-Aam Aadmi Party, we still pick up. What is that telling us?
I think, Rishabh, we need to look at the larger picture. So there's this interesting analysis, short analysis I've done that I'd like to share with your viewers, that in these bipolar elections, or assembly bipolar elections, 14 different states had elections, total of 48 seats. In 14 of these states, 9 out of 14 of these states, every single seat that went to a bipoll was won by either the ruling party or a ruling alliance member.
Correct.
In the remaining 5 states, that is Kerala, one was won by the Congress, Madhya Pradesh, 1 out of 2 by Congress, Punjab, 1 out of 4 Congress, Rajasthan, 1 out of 7 Congress, and Uttar Pradesh, 2 out of 9 Samajwadi Party. So basically the trend that we are seeing across these 14 states is that either the ruling party or the ruling alliance takes away all the seats that go to bypoll or a heavy thumping majority of it. So I am not going to take any, I'm not going to draw any conclusions of this being a SP versus the BJP battle in Uttar Pradesh or an INC versus AAP battle in Punjab. And I've been making this point since the morning that I think in the state elections, voters have become really transactional. They're largely caring about what goes in their pocket, whether their work is done or not. They're not really caring about the likability of a leader. They're not really caring about ideology and things like that. And obviously, when you have an incumbent government of a particular party and by-elections happen, and you know that those by-elections are not going to change whatever the government is.
Yes.
People would have a very, very high
so I have
tendency
mentioned
to vote for the ruling party MLA for the simple reason.
It is definitely home advantage for the ruling party in that state. Okay. But there are battles coming up, and Nikhil, there's a battle coming up in Delhi, and Delhi is not a full state, but for the Aam Aadmi Party it really matters. I mean, that's home base. You can say, Punjab was the big victory, but Delhi is home base. If you lose and erode yourself in Delhi, so for Arvind Kejriwal, 2 things have happened today. Number 1, he's seen Hemant Soren return as Chief Minister with a pretty decent thumping victory. Okay. Now, for people who have forgotten, it was Hemant Soren and Arvind Kejriwal who were in jail together a few months ago. And he has seen that, okay, in Punjab we've done okay. So, what does this tell? How is Arvind Kejriwal feeling today as he is measuring his chances in Delhi 2 months from now?
So see, there again lies my disagreement from the popular view. I think a lot of people are saying that the Jharkhand victory of JMM and Congress is because of the sympathy that Hemant Soren got because of being jailed. I don't agree with that for the simple reason that he was jailed before the Lok Sabha elections and the JMM did not do that spectacularly well, or the JMM Congress alliance did not do that spectacularly well in the Lok Sabha elections, but they've taken it like to a whole other level in these state elections. I think the differentiator, the reason why they've done so much better in the Vidhan Sabha vis-a-vis Lok Sabha is because of the Maiya Samman Yojana. Unconditional cash transfers in the hands of the voters. I think that is the single key to success for political parties looking to overturn an election. It started with Madhya Pradesh Ladli Behna scheme. Then we saw an example of it with Ladki Behna in Maharashtra. We were also seeing that with Maiya Samman Yojana in Jharkhand. Whatever political party you are, if you're putting money directly in the pockets of the voters, they are going to vote for you. I think that is the key takeaway. And Arvind Kejriwal, quite frankly, in recent times, is the pioneer of that sort of politics. I'm not going to comment whether it's good or bad, good economics, bad economics. That's a discussion for another time. But so far as political fortunes are concerned, I think Arvind Kejriwal, because of this very reason, would be in a much stronger position.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. It's an assessment. I'm assuming you, as I heard you make this point a few minutes ago with my colleague, I'm assuming you're not saying that the voters are corrupt and they can be bribed, but you are saying that yes, as a policy measure, as an electoral measure, as a poll sop, it is working, and if it's working, more political parties will try it, and those who are already doing it will likely to do better. Fair enough. Okay. Now, I want to get Rajalakshmi Joshi into this conversation and come back to the subject. So, I've taken you to the segues. I want you to just understand these other things that are going on in the electoral cycle. We're waiting for the BJP party president, and the Prime Minister to be speaking very, very shortly. That's a live shot on your screens. Rajalakshmi Joshi, let me bring you in and let's come back to the brass tacks. Okay. In a reality check in Maharashtra, which has been delivered, the worst performance has been delivered to the party that should have been the national opposition, that did extremely well in the Lok Sabha elections. They have come down from 44 to just 15 seats. Is there a crisis for the Congress party in Maharashtra?
Yes, definitely, Rishabh. There is this pattern where with the slightest victory, the Congress party, they become extremely excited and they think that they have completely won. So this time, with a figure of 99 seats, they started thinking and behaving as if they have entirely won the Lok Sabha elections. And if you listen to them carefully, if you listen to the Congress spokespersons and some of the tall leaders of the Congress speak, they talk as if the BJP has lost the election. So it is, they have completely forgotten that the BJP in an alliance with the alliance partners have actually won the election, and now today it is the Modi government that is here in power. So with the alliance, of course. But then, what happened is the BJP with all its numbers, for the BJP, they felt that we have actually done very badly, and the BJP has actually self-introspected and made all the course correction. Whereas the Congress has continued with the same narrative, the same agenda, which the BJP has already taken care of in Haryana. So the Congress actually should have done some course correction at least after Haryana. But they continued with the same narrative in Maharashtra. And they also
But it was working for them, they would think, in the Lok Sabha. They would think it worked for them in Karnataka. So why shouldn't it work for them elsewhere? So, but let me get Gautam Seth of the Congress in on this. Gautam Seth, okay, since the Lok Sabha, there have been 4 elections. Now, on face value, the BJP has only won 2 of the 4. But the other 2 were Kashmir and Jharkhand. And J&K was won by Omar, not by the Congress. And Jharkhand has been won by Soren, not by the Congress. So how can you tally that up for yourselves?
No, Rishabh, I'm sorry. When you say that, Jharkhand has been won by JMM and not the Congress, they haven't got absolute majority. It was a pre-poll alliance. The Congress and JMM have equally contributed to the win that has happened in Jharkhand and to totally dwarf the Indian National Congress's contribution in the Jharkhand elections will not be justice to our workers who have worked day and night there. We agree that we could not stand up to the expectations and how much the people wanted us to do in Maharashtra. We agree that the people did not resonate with our elections the way they should have. But on the contrary, there were also Sam Dam Dand Bhed. The excessive use of the money and muscle power happened in Maharashtra in an unprecedented manner. But all said and done, today is not the day to discuss all of that. Today is the day for the Congress to introspect itself in Maharashtra, but also to drive motivation from the hard work and the deliverance that has been done by our workers in the state of Jharkhand. Also to take motivation from the massive victory of more than a 4 lakh margin in Wayanad. So you have to look at the picture as a whole. You can't look at the cake by just one slice out of it. The cake is to be seen as the whole baked.
You know, in the longer term, I agree with you. In history, we'll remember this as the day, not necessarily as the day that Congress lost Maharashtra. It will be the day that Priyanka Gandhi entered parliament for the first time. I'm sure that's what the party is going to look at also. But a loss is a loss. And it's not just a loss, it's a really bad loss. So let me get Pankaj Vora into this. Pankaj Vora, that's the mathematics. 4 elections have taken place since Lok Sabha. The tally is 2-2. But it is, do we give Congress credit in Kashmir? Do we give them credit in Jharkhand?
No, the Congress has been in pre-poll alliance, but the victory has been basically because of the senior partners in this pre-poll alliance. They were the ones who set the agenda. In Jharkhand, it was a tribal specific narrative set by Hemant Soren and his wife Kalpana. In Kashmir, it was Umar Abdullah who was doing all the things which made the victory possible. And so far as other states are concerned where the Congress has lost, now Maharashtra is a very, very serious issue on which Congress has to retrospect, because Maharashtra has also spelled in very clear terms that it is end of the road of two leaders. Perhaps though in politics one can't say that people are marginalized but they can't bounce back, but I think it is end of the era for Sharad Pawar, it is end of the era for Uddhav Thackeray, and there are two rising stars, Ajit Pawar from the NCP stable and Eknath Shinde from the Shiv Sena stable, and the BJP has done exceedingly well. And these things Congress has to learn. Congress has to basically first get out of this grip of left oriented advisors who are setting the narrative for the Congress leadership and are influencing it to talk about castes and creed, etc. Congress was never a party which believed in caste politics or creeds or communities. Now Congress is seen as a party which is, whether one likes it or not, they have to correct this image of being anti-Hindu, and whether it is or not, again I am nobody to judge, but that is how the story goes, and that is what is harming them or hurting them whenever they go into elections, and this will impact them even in further elections unless there is course correction. They need to strengthen their organization instead of strengthening leaders, because leaders will be strengthened if the organization is strengthened. They hardly have any foot soldiers left in many states, and that is where it is lacking, and it needs to put more
but
energy in that.
I have to ask you, now there you see Narendra Modi is, surely after 4 months of what has happened, even though he's only done 9 rallies in Maharashtra, in between he had to take international trips, he was in Guyana, he had to go to Brazil, he is seeing that his party, even without, because for 11 years we've been watching Narendra Modi, every election has just been about Narendra Modi. Okay, how would he be feeling today? How would he be judging this election? Pankaj ji.
Well, for Narendra Modi, it's a win-win situation. He, was under a lot of attack. After the parliamentary elections, it was Congress which was aggressive and was setting the agenda. And now, after the Haryana defeat and around that time, things have changed. It is the BJP again which is, setting the narrative, and the Congress is responding. So it shows that, BJP is, very, very confident of, flattening its opponents, and the Congress, is on the defensive. And after this, especially Maharashtra showing, Congress will be further on the defensive, and it needs actually to do introspection. It needs
so has it deflated the energy and momentum of Lok Sabha? Have Haryana and Maharashtra today deflated that energy for the opposition especially the largest one, which is the Congress?
I would believe so, and it's a great setback for the India bloc, and I think it will impact the politics of India bloc. Though a weakened India bloc will the constituents will like to stick together to remain in power, but Congress is on the back foot, and the kind of confidence it was exuding after the Lok Sabha polls, some of it must have come down.
The interesting factor is, and people can agree or disagree, but the interesting factor is, and for somebody like us who've been tracking it now non-stop for 11 years, pretty much every election for the last 11 years has been about Narendra Modi, whether people like it or don't like it, voting for him or voting against him. But the domineering factor has been Narendra Modi. This time in Maharashtra, it felt slightly different, that Narendra Modi was not the domineering factor in the election, but that's a good thing for the BJP, because an only reliance on Narendra Modi does not a future party make. So there are lots of thoughts that for the BJP to feel good about today, lots of introspection for the others that are required as well. But BJP as a unit is going to be feeling a lot better, and Narendra Modi is going to be feeling better that he had the chance to go to Brazil and Guyana and all the other places to represent and work for the country, knowing full well that his party back home could outperform despite the fact that he is running the country. And for sure, Haryana and Maharashtra have now turned the momentum back in favor of the Bharatiya Janata Party.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.